All right. Good morning, everybody. I am Chloe. I'm more awake than I look in camera. I don't know why I look so sleepy. My eyes just hurt today. I don't know why. It is what it is. My eyes need to suck it up and deal, though, because I am proofreading today, which means I'm going to be staring at my phone all day because I was supposed to do it yesterday and I couldn't. Also, I am joined today by Ma'am. She's not going to look. She's ignoring everybody. Anyways, so welcome to Rise and Write. Let me know what you are working on. Like I said already, I am going to be proofreading. I proofread on my phone. I have my book already converted to EPUB, so I can't go through and I can't actually change anything as I'm reading it. I highlight my errors, and then after I'm going to go every couple of chapters back into the document and fix the errors that I found. And that keeps me from trying to rewrite things that aren't essential, or like trying to organize things, because one of the reasons that typographic errors happen is editing. Editing creates errors because you are adjusting something and you miss part of the sentence. Every single error that I have found so far that wasn't like a poor word choice, because I'll also highlight those. If it's not a good word choice, I'll go ahead and fix those. But every actual error where I'm missing a word, or a punctuation is wrong, or a conjugation is wrong, anything like that, it all goes back to the fact that I edited that sentence at a previous point, and when I did it, I created an error in it that I missed. It's really easy to do when you're editing. So when I'm actually doing my proofreading, I do everything I can to prevent any more of those errors from popping up. It's really easy to be like, wow, I may as well like rewrite this sentence because it's a little bit wonky. Like, don't do that. I do literally have 3 paragraphs that I'm cutting from the first 3 chapters, which is not good. I shouldn't be still eliminating chapters. I do remember, or paragraphs. I do remember when I read them in my edit that I wasn't happy with them. I wasn't happy how they turned out. And now reading it in another format, that's another thing. If you read in another format, it makes a big difference. So that's why I write in one program and edit in another and proofread in another, because it just helps your brain see things differently. But to that end, now that I'm like reading it and just trying to like naturally read it, I'm seeing that what was really bothering me about these paragraphs was that the info in them, it's not that the info in them was given poorly. It was that it was unnecessary info. So I've got 3 sentences that I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need the sentiment in them. It doesn't add anything to the story. Yeah, we already know that Eloise is going to be bitchy right now because she's fighting with Killian. I don't need to say it, stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on. Hey, Courtney, thank you for joining. Let me know what you guys are working on. And we're going to go ahead. We'll do the usual 10 minutes to start and 20 minutes to carry on. I'm going to read another chapter during this one. Hopefully get a good chunk out of it. I feel like these chapters are way too long. I don't know why. I'm just really drag-assing on this, but that's okay. I have today and tomorrow to finish this. So I don't have a choice except to suck it up and deal. Okay. We're going to start this timer not for 20, but for 10. Oh, and at some point, my computer is still DOA. So that's good. I don't know if I'm dealing with it today or tomorrow, though, because that's just a whole other thing to deal with. Whatever. Okay. So 10 minutes on the clock. I will see you guys at 10:15 Eastern. Okay. Oh, that was time. We're fine. Everything's fine. The cat moved. The cat's upset because they're doing flybys at the Air Force Base right now. Yeah. So I read a scene. Excuse me. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I read about a scene and a half. I found some errors. I found another like whole ass sentence that needs to be deleted. This book might get a second edition later. I don't have time right now, but it'll be fine. It's fine. It's gonna be great. Hey Ninka, thank you for joining. Oh, I can't talk right now. Yeah, so this edit is going okay. And that's fine. I did finish my story last night. So I'm still not, I was talking yesterday about how I've fallen slightly behind on my Medium project on the 100 short stories in 100 days. And I have these plans. I'm getting caught up, but like also I keep making plans to do things like social things, not out in the world things, but like I went from having one night a week spoken for. It was Wednesday nights. I was doing sprints every Wednesday night. And then in the past like 3 weeks, I've now lost 3 more nights because I've got my Bob Ross off. And that's on either Tuesday or Thursday, it looks like, because everybody's availability is a little bit different. So that's on either Tuesdays or Thursdays. And on Sundays, I've got my Don't Starve Together with Haley. And now my buddy James, my computer friend who came over and figured out that my hard drive is toast. He also is looking for gaming buddies, and he is also willing to play Don't Starve Together because I'm like, look, I don't have it in me to learn anything difficult or like anything new at all. We are going to play this one game, and I've played Among Us a couple of times, and I like it, but also I'm not a good liar. I'm not a good bluffer. I'm not like poker is not my thing. And I just feel really stressed when I'm the imposter. So I don't know if Among Us is really for me, and that's okay. It's cute. I paid like $4 for it, so it's not like I've, wasted a whole bunch of money on that game by any means. Yeah, and I do feel like I need to start getting back into my gaming rights again, because that was pretty fulfilling. But like right now, I've got to hunker down and finish all of this other stuff, and maybe get caught up on Medium, but that's not going to happen. Good morning, Elizabeth. So, yeah, and like I need to go to the store to get a new hard drive for this computer, but I'm like, do I really want to deal with that today? I should. That's the responsible thing to do. Like, just get everything done. I have a computer that's like ripped apart right now. But I need to work. I don't know. Like it's really funny because like I don't have a whole lot going on in my life, I don't have like any crazy, I don't have like family or anything. I don't have a whole bunch of commitments, and still I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to have time between everything. I don't even have like another job anymore. I was not I guess I kind of was. I want a lot. No. I was going to say, I wasn't expecting it to still be like this when I left my job. I was just expecting that, like, I was going to pick up other stuff beyond, like, a video game that I'm not selling my soul to. I thought I was going to be getting more quilting done. And instead, like, I've just got now 6 hours a week devoted to non-writing stuff. That's nothing. 6 hours a week is nothing. And I'm like, I don't have time to write anymore. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and get that next sprint going. We're going to go for 20 again. 20 for the first time? 20 for the first time. Yes. Um, I, I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee as well. Uh-huh. Am I back? Okay. I don't know if that lag bomb happened on your end as well, or if it was just like a glitch happening in my computer. But I'm here. Everything's fine. It's fine. 20 minutes on the clock. I'll see you guys at 10:41. Okay, that is time. Let me know how y'all did. Welcome, Texas. Thank you for joining. I got my coffee, obviously, and I finished up the chapter 3, I think that was, which is really depressing because this is 14 chapters, and again, I have to have it done by tomorrow. I guess technically I have to have it done by the 13th, but like I am terrified of Amazon deadlines. And if you've published through Amazon, you understand why I am. Usually everything goes great on Amazon, but every once in a while, it will just randomly take a week for something to get cleared. So they'll give you a deadline, but like they don't respect that deadline sometimes. So if the book is due out on the 17th and you send it to them on the 13th and they don't clear it until the 19th, it's still 2 days late. It's not like they've got a rush line or anything. So the other thing, as I was reading that, I discovered that I deleted a paragraph that made a whole like half a scene make no goddamn sense. Thankfully, obviously I've got other, like I had earlier drafts of this. So I was able to find that, but like this is not a smooth proofread. This is one of the worst proofreads I've had. I'm hoping, I don't know if y'all ever, if like this is the same for most writers, or if this is something that's like dependent on your style or whatever, but usually in proofreads and also like just edits in general, the first like probably quarter of the book is really rough for me. And then once I get past that threshold, it's pretty smooth sailing. Obviously that means different things between an edit and a proofread. But for me, I'm hoping that like pretty much now-ish, I'm 3 of 14 chapters in. I'm hoping that at about this point, it's going to get better. It's going to be easier. I'm going to be able to fly through it. I hope so, because I don't want the next 2 days to be really stressful. That's one of the problems with being a writer, right? Is that you can't really function under stress as well. I feel like there aren't most jobs out there, even if you're like really stressed, you just keep going through the motions and you do it. Certainly as a cake decorator, that was me. And as a server, that was certainly me. And every retail job I've had back when I was teaching, like if things weren't going 100% right, the job still got done. But like, if I need to be able to, like, I need to focus to write, and there's no way to force myself to focus. I can force myself to do just about anything else in the world, but like, that is not, sometimes it takes coffee. Courtney is drinking coffee for the first time since December and is feeling hyped and also on the verge of a heart attack. But that's the point. Yeah. I also get there if I drink too much coffee. I drink exactly 2 cups of coffee a day. And that's it. And then like, other than that, I will drink black tea sometimes, but that doesn't cause the jitters that coffee does. I know, like, I mean, obviously it's a different, caffeine content, but even if I'm drinking the high test stuff, the like, yerba mate, I still don't get the jitters that I will from having one too many cups of coffee. And I can drink tea all day long. And the only negative side effect of that is I pee all day long. But yeah, I need my coffee. And I was considering recently, intermittent fasting is huge right now. And I was like, I could probably do that. I could probably pull that off, maybe lose um cut down some, and like especially now with me being a lot less active than I used to be, I need to do something. So I was like, maybe not like one of the really hardcore ones. I was just thinking about the like 16-8 where you can eat for 8 hours of the day. And at first I was like, yeah, I could do this. I just need to time things right. So I don't like completely fuck up everybody else's schedule because there's other people who eat dinner with me. So I was like, oh, I could just do this from like noon to 8. Noon to 8 could be my eating time. I don't need breakfast. I skip breakfast half the time anyways. And then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to have coffee because it can't have anything in it. You can have black coffee, but you can't have sugar or cream in it. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. Literally die. Like I would have to I would only exist from 12 to I would end up on one of those like awful schedules where I wake up at noon every day. And go to bed at what would that be? 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be a gamer again. So yeah, intermittent fasting, but for the want of coffee. Okay. So let's do our next sprint. I am at the point where I am putting all of these edits into place for these first 3 chapters. Usually I will read the entire thing and then do all of the edits, but for this, I know some of these things that I highlighted for wonky reasons. So I'm like, I should go ahead and do this while I remember what they are. So that's what I'm doing now. Hope you guys are being productive. Also, Nika got 260 and needs to introduce a character earlier than scheduled. So the scene makes sense. Yeah, that I've dealt with that many times, and it is an irritating thing trying to like get stuff to mesh right when you already have your concept of how you want things to go, but there's going to be an error because of it. So good luck. Okay, we got this timer going. We're going to go for 20 minutes. It is 10:48. 10:49. That's, what is that? 10:09? Is that math right? I'm sure that math Okay, that was time. Let me know how y'all did. I finished putting the edits in for chapter 1 and 2 and did a bit of chapter 3. Still gonna be working on chapter 3. Sorry, I keep fucking up the camera today. Still working through chapter 3. But I did fix that critical error that I made, and I deleted 3 whole paragraphs that I decided were just completely not worthy. And I feel like everything is tightened up just a little bit. That's not really the point of proofreading, but I will also take it and pray that I have not given myself any new errors. Klacha joined us. Thank you for coming. And Nika made dinner. And time to eat dinner. Perfect. Elizabeth had 2 phone calls, so didn't get anything done, but that's okay. It happens. Like I said, I had that entire yesterday was wasted. So I get how that goes. But hopefully your time will come back to you. Yesterday, yesterday, a friend of mine came over who she had a couple of garments that needed some sort of a fix to them. So she brought them over so that I could fix one of them and tell her what to do about the other one. The one that I fixed was like dumb easy. It was just a sweater that had like a little, it was a V-neck sweater, so it was basically the shirt but a sweater, and there was like a hole right here where the collar connected to the shirt, and then like an extra thread sticking out. So it was an easy fix. She came over for that, but she came over. She always comes over earlier in the day because we're in the Atlanta area. So there, even now with everything going on, there isn't a lot of good travel time. So she always comes over at lunch instead of waiting until after work is done. Obviously, she works from home. So, and then she was like complaining all morning that she was going to have to work late because her boss had scheduled a meeting for like she's done at work at 4, but the boss scheduled a meeting for 4. So she was complaining about that all morning. And then she gets here at 1:30 and literally does no work whatsoever between 1:30 and 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, she jumps into that meeting, and that meeting is like 20 minutes. Like, oh, I see. This is terrible for you. This was absolutely awful that you had to do this meeting at 4 o'clock. How dare they? You work so hard all day. And I know that she does have days where she busts ass, but yesterday was not one of them. And I figured for solidarity reasons, I would do my proofreading in the living room with her while she was working. That was a terrible idea because I couldn't get anything done because she had no work to do. So she just talked to me the entire time. And I am paying the penalty for it now. And then like everything lasted way longer than it was supposed to yesterday because my computer meltdown. So paying the penalty. This is that first time. I'm totally fine. But this is also the first time where I've really felt the pinch of a pre-order being put up before the book was actually totally finished. And I mean, it was obviously going to happen this time. I was so behind schedule on this that it was obvious it was going to happen, but it's still a new experience for me. I'm fine. I just wish that this was going a little faster. So it is 11:13. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint. We are going to go until 11:33. Good luck. Go get some work done. Hopefully y'all don't get hung up on phone calls again. Okay, that was time. I finished up enacting the edits on chapter 3, and I'm now halfway through chapter 4. Chapter 4 is looking a little bit better than chapter 3, so hopefully I am about at that threshold where things are about to get easier and I could stop stressing about this. Because like I'm definitely at that point right now where I'm like, this isn't ready to go. This isn't ready to go. This isn't ready to go. I need to rewrite this. Oh my God. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that that's actually the case. I think it's just the usual first introduction jitters, and I'll figure it out soon, or it'll smooth out soon, and readers won't. What's bothering me isn't going to bother readers nearly as much. So hopefully that's where I'm at. This is the 5th book in this series. So at this point, there's like conflicting things going on where I've got so much backstory because I've already written 4 stories that, and these characters in this one have like a whole book already. This is their 2nd book. So it's like hard to balance how much I need to say about the past. I feel like I need to say a good amount because I'm going to come into people who are just reading the entire series front to back, but also there will be people who didn't, their book came out a year ago. So people who last read this a year ago need the refreshers. But I feel like if you're just reading through, and it's funny because like I should be able to observe these things as a reader and I don't. But I feel like probably most readers who just read a series straight through just like accept that that's going to be a thing and kind of skim through it until they get to the good stuff. So that is what I am relying on right now, that like I am where it needs to be, and it's just a weird for me as the writer and the person who like obviously knows the story best. So yeah. Elizabeth, I am really glad that you were able to get writing done that time. 6:38 is fantastic. And yeah, I'm glad to be making actual progress. Also, I realized in this that I might need to move some chapters around. I might need to add a chapter. I've got one really long chapter at the beginning. And so like on what I'm reading, I read on overdrive for these. And the first chapter was 18 pages. The second chapter was 25. The third was 18. And now this 4th one is 11. And I don't know if this is really short or if the rest of the book is going to be about that length. And I need to nuke that 25. I can do it. I can just redistribute some stuff from that the next chapter. I think the next chapter is like 3 scenes long, so I can kind of bump things around. It's fixable. It just like it was dragging as I was reading it, and I didn't know if it was because I was frustrated having to read. Like I just did the edits on this. It's rough having to do edits right back to back with proofreads, or proofreads right back to back with edits. I don't have a choice this time. So it's so I was going somewhere with that. I forgot. Oh, so yeah, I think I could just kind of reshuffle things and obviously have to renumber chapters, but I am now thinking that chapter was actually too long and it wasn't just my imagination. That being said, like, don't ever think that there's a hard and fast rule about how long chapters are. There's not. Depending even like from genre to genre, but not even just genre to genre, from book to book. There's no consistency in chapter lengths, but you do want like your book itself to be fairly consistent or deliberately inconsistent. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, keep in mind that most modern readers prefer shorter chapters. Like you do whatever you want, but most readers now want those chapters to be shorter. It's just more digestible, and people read because they like it, not because they have to. I mean, people also read because they have to, but like assuming that you're not writing something that is going to survive the annals of time and be forced upon students. People are reading your stuff because they enjoy it. Okay. 20 minutes on the clock. Oh, it is 11:39. So this is our last sprint. Wow. Today went quickly, which is bad because I made progress. Okay. It's 11:39. We're going to go for 20 minutes. I am screwed. It's okay. Good luck, everybody. Okay, that is time. That is it for today. I finished reading chapter 4, proofreading it, and I implemented all of the edits for it. So I'm on chapter 5. I finished reading the first scene of it. It's looking a little bit better. I am a little distressed that my pace has been about an hour a chapter, and I still have 10 chapters to go. So, including chapter 5, which I'm working on now. That just seems like a lot of work when I also, like, it's certainly not the only thing I have to do today. Including I need to update my author bio, and I have to, I realize that it's like a one and done thing. And like once it's done, you just copy paste it into everything else. But like I've got all of my social media that I have to update. I've been dodging it, not in a good way. You want your social media in your author bio, and I haven't been putting it in there, but now I have things that like I really want people to look at, like my Medium stuff, because that's another income stream for me that is, I feel like it's less aggressive than asking somebody to buy a book, if that makes sense. If you already have a Medium account, you could just look at it. It's free. You don't have to download. You can, yeah, like just go to this website. So I have to update all of that stuff. And I have to also do that before I send this book off to Amazon. So hopefully I don't have 10 more hours of edits to do in the next 2 days. Hopefully I've got more like 6 more hours. Crossing my fingers. But that is it for this show. You guys all have a wonderful day, a productive day, and I will be back again tomorrow at the same time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.